think it's possible that the Wynn Las Vegas just won the game when it comes to coronavirus, but I'm not really sure. This is some amazing stuff, and I don't know why nobody's mentioning it. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. I am Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. And I was just blown away when I read the news today about what the Wynn Las Vegas is doing and how, in my opinion, it's absolutely genius. So we're going to call this Changes Everything Part 2. Yes, I did a video way back in the middle of the pandemic, and we're going to talk about what Wynn Las Vegas did back then and why it was a terrible idea. But we're also going to touch upon why this is probably the most brilliant stroke of genius that I have seen in a long time, and how this could change everything in Las Vegas for conventions, for nightclubs, for concerts, for shows, for live entertainment, heck, just for you having a sound peace of mind staying at the hotel. But there are some downsides. If what the Wynn is doing becomes absolutely mandatory to stay at the hotel, if they increase prices, although the Wynn is already pretty pricey, that could be a negative to this. How's it going? My name is Steven, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications, and tell us in the comments below as we go on, are you comfortable with the Wynn's plan? Would you stay at the Wynn? Will this change your opinion on whether you choose the Venetian, the Palazzo, the Wynn, the Aria, the Bellagio? There's so many five-star properties in Las Vegas. Does this kind of sway you to a new destination? Yes, I do news updates. I do travel vlogs that are edited nicely. I also do live streams. I'll be doing a live stream tonight somewhere in Las Vegas, not in this room. I'm going to venture out and try it all over again. I hope you guys would definitely click on that button and leave us a comment below. If you guys want to support the channel further, you can head on over to our channel memberships. YouTube channel memberships gets you in the credits no matter what level. We also have our Patreon. Yesterday I posted up on Patreon, Where Was I? It's a mystery. I'm going to post that on the YouTube channel memberships today because you guys on level 2 and up get all the same perks. We also have VegasFaceMask.com, an excellent way to support the channel until this whole thing is over. Most places and most retail stores, the state we were in last weekend, they don't have a mask mandate, but I certainly couldn't go into a CVS pharmacy without wearing one. So 2 for $25. You basically buy one for $25, you get one free. VegasFaceMask.com. My wife makes them. She ships them out to you. They're fantastic. You're going to love them. The only 2 masks you'll ever need. All right, so the news today, I went on the Review Journal website. Matt Maddox, he's the CEO of Wynn Resorts, and they learned a lot from having their properties over in Macau, China. But before we get to what Wynn Resorts is doing now, I think we have to go over the history of how they've acted during this whole entire situation that we're in, the C19 as we originally called it because YouTube censored the word coronavirus, the C19 pandemic. They're not censoring it anymore. But yeah, we have to talk about what they did. So at first, Wynn came out with this plan. It was like 24 or 28 pages. I went over most of the key points and I said, this is a terrible idea. And it was a terrible idea at the time, in my opinion. It was saying things like, we're going to have like a see something, say something policy. So if you see somebody sneezing or coughing at the resort, report them. Security could come up and ask you to come with them in order to get a test. And if you get tested, it goes to the local health authorities, which filters that up to the CDC. Just draconian stuff that nobody would like. The Wynn pulled that plan back, and to their credit, they did try some things like opening the buffet over the last few months. It's closed now, if you were curious. Yeah, the Wynn buffet, nobody liked having the buffet come to them. They wanted to go to the food. But they've also done things like close the Blvd show and, close the Encore tower for weekday stays. They also upped their security to their credit because they had some undesirable type people staying in. They upped their room rates to keep people safe in their properties, to keep people who might cause trouble out. But now the Wynn, okay, wow, 4 minutes into this video, I have not even told you what's going on. 4 minutes in, that's a new record. Now the Wynn is changing everything. Yes, back in October it was reported, and I don't even know how I missed it, that the Wynn is building an on-site center for rapid saliva C19 testing. Yes, rapid saliva C19 testing. It's a PCR test. Comment below if you think that changes everything, or if you think that these PCR tests are complete baloney, because I've read both sides of the story. Some people say they don't work. Some people say that they're reliable. Leave us a comment below. A PCR test is basically something that amplifies amplifies your body's DNA, and it looks for DNA in your body, in your saliva, or in your mucus, or in whatever part. Usually they stick a swab up your nose. I've had one of those tests. They're not very pleasant. They kind of make your eyeballs itch. They're not fun. If you've had a test, comment in the comments below. Tell me, what did that feel like? It didn't feel good to me. But this is a saliva test. So the ultimate plan is they're building a rapid saliva testing center at the Wynn, and they're going to be able to do on-site, on property, 6,000 to 7,000 tests per hour, thereby making the Wynn and the Encore the most safest properties in the entire city when it comes to hosting conventions or large events. It's too bad that they don't have one of these at the Allegiant Stadium, for example, because these are a test that can come back rapidly within minutes or hours. This means that in the Wynn's vision, they're going to have people walking around on property, basically picking up a saliva vial, putting their saliva in the vial, dropping it off like you drop off your hotel key into a collection box that are multiples around the property, and then having those taken back and being analyzed same day with results coming back, and you knowing whether or not you're safe to attend that event. They say that there's less than 0.1% chance that you would go to an event at the Wynn as long as everybody had one of these tests when you were at the event within 48 hours. And you would know that you are getting less than 0.1% of a chance to be around people that are carrying the C19 virus. Some people super concerned about that. Some industry associations are completely canceling all of their events because they can't guarantee that people would be safe. But what's interesting about this is that the SEMA show, that's the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association, I think that acronym spells out to, and that is the association that deals with automobiles and aftermarket accessories. So if you come to Las Vegas, or if you're in the car industry and you have that nice thing in your car, that new little doohickey, that probably had its genesis at a show in Las Vegas where a deal was struck for $1 billion kind of contract that then went out to, the automobile industry, and you can buy that stuff and you can have it installed in your car. Well, that industry association said they put out a survey to their members, and their survey said that they were okay with rapid tests. And at the time, there was no saliva test. This would have been a blood test. So they had people saying that they were okay with pricking their finger and subjecting to a blood test just to go to shows, which goes to show you that people want to come to Las Vegas. They want to travel for business, and they're okay with doing extraordinary things in order to go to those events. Maybe the Wynn was paying attention more than others. They started building this way back in the summer, apparently, or early fall, and this was something that they talked about possibly opening by Thanksgiving. Now they say that they are weeks away from this. So weeks away from the ability to be able to rapidly test 6,000 to 7,000 results per hour, the ability for you to know that there's less than 0.1% chance that if you went to a show or to an event and it would play out something like this, you're going to get the C19 virus. Now, it would play out something like this, okay? You go to the Wynn on a Friday night. You want to see Lerev on a Sunday, okay? You're going to get your test when you check into the Wynn. It's going to be a 48-hour test. You're going to be able to go to the show on a Sunday, and you're going to know that everybody else in the show had to subject to a saliva test. Now, does this violate people's personal liberties? That's a big question that a lot of people are going to ask. I'm going to have to say no on this one, because if you've never been to the United States, or if you have paid attention in a store that you go into, you look up at the corner store above the entry exit point, and they always say, we reserve the right to refuse service to everyone. It's a tongue twister at 7:45 in the morning for me. That means that any business anywhere in this land that we live in can deny people entry, can deny people service. That means that if you do not want to subject yourself to a test, the good news is you do not have to stay at the Wynn or the Encore resort. Now, is this something that will catch on? Possibly. It might be, with current surveys saying that possibly 40% of people are going to reject this thing. I've heard as much upwards of 80% of people want to do a wait and see approach. This may be the way to reboot the economy, the convention business, the show business, the everything business in Las Vegas. Whether or not it catches on and other properties make these multi-million, I can't imagine how much dollars worth of investments into their business, is another thing altogether. But I do have to tip my hat to Wynn and say that they did a great job on this one. And speaking of great jobs, if I did a great job, I want you to do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up on this video and drop a comment below. What do you think about everything that you just heard? Does this change your opinion on the Wynn and on where you're going to stay when you come to Las Vegas? If you could be taking one of these tests and within a couple of hours know that you're going to be safe for your big event as long as you stay on the property, obviously. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to support us, you can check out the Patreon and the channel memberships. There's also Not Leaving Las Vegas, the Facebook group, but we also have VegasFaceMask.com, and big props go out to people. I'm going to withhold their privacy information. I don't know if they use their names in the video, but I want you to go down to the first pinned comment in this video, click on show more. You'll see that they have their review up there, and they posted a 30-minute long review about the challenges they faced with C19 virus where they are high-risk people, high-risk groups. They also posted in that video a review of VegasFaceMask.com. So if you guys want to go over and check that out, tell them that Steven from Not Leaving Las Vegas sent you. Steven and Caroline sent you, that is, because Caroline makes the masks right here at home, and you can see what their review is like. And it's a 30-minute long review. You'll get something out of it. You'll see some nice people who are just my viewers, and I want to give them that shout out and thank them for doing this, and that's in the comment below. So head on over, leave them a comment, and say, hey, saw ya Not Leaving Las Vegas. Thanks for the review. And thank you guys for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing. VegasFaceMask.com is our sponsor. That's my wife's deal. The only 2 face masks you'll ever need. Buy one at $25, get one completely free. You're getting 2 for $25 that way. Free shipping anywhere domestically. They're the best face masks. I love them. And until we have rapid testing centers everywhere, you might have to wear them. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So we get kind of close to the camera. Okay, the camera's way over there. And I say 3, 2, 1, and thank you for watching. Click.
Thank you.